The most bashful gnome. Okay, so this week my little buddy has been fascinated by Goldenseal. So he had a family reunion out in the forest this weekend and is telling me that this plant is the superhero that saved his life after his brother accidentally gave him a meal made with a bunch of expired food. I don't buy it at all. Oh, no, not that the plant saved your life, little fella. I meant the accident with the food. I bet your brother. He is absolutely more of a troll than a gnome. Very naughty boy. Where was I? But remember, my dear internet scamp, these videos are educational only. Do not use this information to do anything naughty or dangerous, because each time you do, a fairy dies and a baby Yoda gets kicked across a football stadium. So, how did Goldenseal save his life, you ask? Well, I'm sure you'll be able to figure it out after I tell you all the wonderful facts my little buddy here has asked me to share with you today. So, with that, let's get on to the facts. Goldenseal, aka Hydresitis canadensis, is a plant native to eastern North America which grows in moist, deeply shaded woodland areas of the Appalachian Mountains and the Ozark Mountains, meaning that this plant is native in range from all the way up in Vermont down to Georgia and a little bit further west to the Arkansas or Texas area. Basically, about a third of the continental US should be covered in this stuff with patches growing all around. Apparently, it used to be really abundant, but due to its practicality in medical applications and as a bright yellow dye, it's harder to find wild each year and has been classified as endangered since the 1990s. So if you do find some growing around, don't bother it. So, a relative to the buttercup flower, Goldenseal gets its name from its bright yellow color rhizomes. What is a rhizome that you clearly didn't ask me, but I'm going to tell you anyway? That is technically, if you're a big nerd about correctness and all the like, they are the underground stems of the plant, but really it's just the roots. Goldenseal has a very veiny lobed leaves that are held high on the plant. Its flower is typically white in coloration, with many thin, not petal petals that are tipped with a yellow paddle-like end to them. When these very strange flowers fade, they give way to an equally bizarre-looking blood-red fruit that looks and tastes like a raspberry if the raspberry came from hell. It is supposed to be a very gnarly tasting plant overall if you try to eat it, but just in general the fruit is said to be especially bad. On the whole, the plant above the ground isn't considered useful, and we only use the portion that is under the ground, which, like I briefly said earlier, is used for dye and medicine. Alright, so this is where the title finally isn't clickbait. And we talk about why amoebas should be scared of this superhero plant. Goldenseal has been used medically since the 1850s for a bunch of different digestive problems and to clean wounds as an antiseptic. This is because it's a great source of berberine, which is an alkaloid that destroys many microorganisms that commonly cause chronic diarrhea and skin infections. In particular, it is effective at destroying E. histolytica, I think I pronounced that right, an amoeba, so that those little jerks better watch out, because this plant is on the path for their total destruction. Goldenseal is used to make salves, tinctures, and capsules that can be ingested to aid in digestive issues or skin problems. But as I stress, this plant is endangered, so please do not mess with it if you find it out in the wild. And as always, not everything about this plant is entirely safe, so don't get any ideas about self-treatment using it. Always discuss your ideas and opinions with trained medical professionals first, because side effects exist and they could be undesirable. Plus, I wouldn't know why you'd want to eat it anyway because it is really bitter, so just be careful. But Goldenseal is not good if you are experiencing pregnancy because it can cause contractions, and it can also interfere with metabolization of medications commonly prescribed due to its properties with the berberine and all of that. To classify some weird information my friend underlined vigorously, taking Goldenseal won't prevent your bosses from knowing that you do illegal drugs. I have no idea why anybody would think that, but I guess it's one more reason such a wonderful plant is on the brink of extinction, which is really depressing. Anyway, till next time, bye. Like and subscribe if you found this information useful and don't want to make gnomes cry. Till next time.